What are we driving?
This is a Toyota Corolla Cross. This is the GR-S, which is a new derivative. It forms part of the GR packaging. So, you know, we had good fun in the GR-S
Yes.
In a previous video.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it basically adds a bit of cosmetic upgrade to the standard Corolla Cross. It looks a bit better. It's got a nice new grille, piano black grille, black alloy wheels, black roof, and black side mirrors.
And red trim.
And some red trim in the interior. I think it's really nice. It's a nice... They've been selling so well, these Corolla Crosses. $1,500 a month. It's the current SA car of the year. So the more they can do with the package, the better. And this is a pretty convincing third derivative.
What are the pros?
I've got a feeling, I don't know if the Toyota would admit this, but this batch of Corolla Cross feels a lot better put together to me than the first cars we drove. The refinement feels a level up.
Yeah.
The NVH is good. The cabin's quiet. The ride in this car, despite being firmer compared with the standard car, is still brilliant.
Yeah.
And a big plus, and I never thought I'd say this, the CVT.
Oh, I disagree.
They've packaged it, or they've changed the software somehow. It's not as obviously drony as in the previous car. No,
maybe because you're driving it.
My foot's down. That's not overpowering the cabin.
Anyway.
So I think, I have a feeling they've done something. I don't know what. I've asked them, but they haven't answered me yet, to improve the refinement of the CVT. So in terms of packaging, it's still really spacious, nice big boot, a lot of space at the back, and it's a Toyota, so you can't really go wrong.
That's the nice thing.
That's the nice thing.
Great badge.
Yeah.
What are the cons?
The cons, so this GR-S spec isn't available on the hybrid. So this is the naturally aspirated 1.8, which I think is the better of the two. It's the least complicated drivetrain system. And despite driving pretty conservatively, I'm still getting 8.8 liters per 100. So I think if you were in a bit more of a hurry, that would quickly go towards 10, like you.
1.8 naturally aspirated.
Yeah,
you don't hear that very often.
Yeah, naturally aspirated, so it doesn't have a turbo. A lot of the modern trend is towards small capacity 1 liter, 1.4 liter with a turbo, so it gives you the extra shove.
Is naturally aspirated more fuel guzzling?
No, it shouldn't be. It's a more predictable. So when you put down your foot down, there isn't that turbo whoosh. So you go. So it's a more linear acceleration. It's a less complicated drivetrain, so there's no turbo to pop or to go wrong and things like that. So it's probably more
predictable.
Predictable, but there's a word I'm looking for.
Oh dear.
Help me out.
No. And what? Oh shame.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah.
What are the competitors?
So this car costs 450,000 Rand, 453 I think. So currently I think a Haval Jolion is probably giving it a run for its money. Probably a Kia Seltos is a little bit is in that bracket. And then if you didn't need this much space, maybe you're going for a top end VW T-Cross. I think you get a Highline for around 470. So that would be, for me, the rivals. There's probably a Cherry in there. Ooh. It's a bit more left field. It's not as obviously a rival, I don't think. Yeah.
And we spoke price.
Fuel consumption we spoke about.
Yes.
I think 8.8. I think they claim 6.5, 6.8. So it's a little bit higher than that, but it will be.
Would you buy one?
I think this is the nicest Corolla Cross package that they've built, and it shouldn't be, because it's got a firmer suspension and it's a bit of bling on it, so it should be a little bit more left field and a bit more niche. But I think this car feels better put together than the other ones.
And is there a big price difference between a normal?
Well, this is based on the highest spec Corolla Cross 1.8, and then they've added the bling, so the new grille and things like that. So I mean, I don't know what the price difference is. It's probably about 20, I think it's minimal, 20-30 grand more. So I think this is the one I would get of the Corolla Cross.
And then it's interesting because a lot of people have stopped you in parking lots and at home to say, oh, they're looking at downgrading from their Fortuner to this?
I think that's a big appeal of this car for Toyota. Is a lot of older guys retired, they've loved their Fortuner, and they're now maybe looking for a little bit more
And
comfort.
they can stay within the brand.
Stay within the brand because they know what they're getting. They probably know the dealer's dog's name. You know what I mean? That's the kind of relationship Toyota has with its clients. And a Fortuner is a little bit firmer on the road, harder to get in and out of. And I think this is a pretty compelling alternative. It's obviously not all-wheel drive, so you lose a bit of that adventure-focused stuff. But yeah, why not? Absolutely.
And then another question I have is, I still find this looks very similar to a RAV4. But yet, if you bought a RAV4, you would be a little bit disappointed because we looked at it up. It was 200,000 rand difference.
Yeah, RAV4 has gotten very expensive.
But can you? I want to ask you. We have never had a RAV4 to test, but do you think you can justify that price difference now? 200,000 rand.
No, I think this is all the car most families would need, and I think a RAV4 is almost out of the running now because of its pricing. So in that segment, I would definitely have a Tiguan over a RAV, and in this segment, this is a pretty compelling package.
So you would buy one?
Yeah, I would buy one.
Good. Anything else?
That's it. Shall I attack this corner?
Oh, not again.
No pedals.
Oh,
So
no.
That's what it means.
Is it going to?
Pedals.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
Ooh,
Those screeching
ooh.
tires. That's a
Ooh.
Gazoo racing for you.
oh, that did very well.
Gazoo.
The back didn't come out.
The back didn't come out. I should hope not.